Okay, so we actually have an athlete with us today. He's an ultramarathon runner. He's gonna show us how to, I guess, run properly.
Our runner here is landing on his forefoot, which means all of his weight distribution is mostly on the front of his foot. Now, there is a particular running style here, as in when you land on your forefoot, your rear foot also has to come down to redistribute the pressure. You can't just land on your forefoot and pivot on your forefoot. If you're going to do that, then you're going to get injuries such as sesamoiditis, second metatarsal overload, which can lead to Freiberg's disease, bunions, fractures such as stress fractures of the metatarsals, or even midfoot arthritis because you're pivoting your whole foot. When we put these shoes on the runner, it was advertised as a neutral running shoe, but the more that he runs or walks in it, we realized that actually it has rear foot and midfoot intrinsic control of about 4 to 6 degrees, which actually makes it more of a stability running shoe. For this patient's foot type, that will knock his ankle out of place because his rear foot is very neutral. Any rear foot control that he wears will increase his likelihood of having an inversion ankle sprain or straining his plantar fascia or his Achilles. He has lowered arches. Flat foot is a very generic umbrella term for many conditions, but the shoe itself, just the control inside is too much for his bone structure. So now we put him in the Pure Boost instead, which is more of a neutral running shoe and more natural for his foot type. So our runner now is doing midfoot running or midfoot landing. His weight distribution is more in the mid portion of his outer foot. There are less injuries associated with this because the weight distribution is across a lot of bones and a lot of soft tissue instead of one specific pressure point. Rear foot landing is what he's going to demonstrate now. This one actually is a traditional running style. When your heel hits on the floor, there's a large amount of shock absorption into the heel because there's a big bone called your calcaneus surrounded by a lot of fats. Now, of course, you have your tendons and your structures such as your plantar fascia in this area which can get injured. But normally, if you add a cushion shoe or something with enough stability, this area shouldn't get injured so easily. It's quite robust. So I guess the most important thing to consider when you're looking for running shoes or normal everyday shoes is you need to, number one, check your foot type. You need to see if you are high, low, or medium arch. You then need to check your rear foot to see if you're pronating, supinating, or neutral. These contribute to which shoes you should buy, and then you should narrow down your search into what type of shoe that you need, like a anti-pronatory, anti-supinatory, or a neutral running shoe, or you can go for more minimalistic or barefoot running styles. All of these factors come into consideration with any foot pathologies that you have. So if you already have foot injury, or you are suffering with foot deformities such as bunions or midfoot collapse, then you should ideally get checked for your running shoes, not just buy something idly and think that it's going to suit you.
So then that's why it's important to get it fitted properly or come in to see people like you and find ways to help compensate for the run. Yeah, well, I hope you guys found it really useful. I learned a lot today. There were a lot of terms I don't even know what it means. I'm gonna go look it up. But thank you so much for your time, Georgina.
Thank you.
And yeah, hope you guys learned something today.